Hello, this is Michael Kraut from IDIDs. We're going to be talking about, this is a course introduction to Microsoft Windows Server 2008, Configuring Network Infrastructure Part 2. So again, Microsoft Windows Server System is a registered trademark of Microsoft Corporation in the United States and other countries. In this course, this is a part 2 of a two-part series, and what it does is it provides a solid foundation in configuring a network infrastructure. It prepares you for taking the 70-642 by going through the course and doing the practice in the labs, watching the demos. It prepares you for the actual exam. Then what you have to do is just go through and do your test prep. Some of the topics we're going to cover include the network access translation, configuring wireless networks, connecting to remote networks, configuring Windows Firewall, also NAP, looking at Windows Server Update Services, WSUS, using WSUS, monitoring event logs, monitoring performance and reliability, managing file security, file shares, and configuring printers. So there's going to be a lot of information that we're going to cover, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. So the course objectives, one of the things after you're done is you're going to be able to connect to networks, configure Windows Firewall and network access protection, which Windows Firewall has been increased from where it was in Windows 2003. And the network access protection, this is new to Windows Server 2008. We'll describe it, and I don't want to spoil it for you. Network access protection is really cool, and you'll see how it is. And then manage software updates with Windows Server Update Services, which we coinily call WSUS. And then configuring distributed file system. Distributed file system has been there since 2000. 2003 had some problems, but 2008 just rocks because we have DFSR, which is a distributed file system replication, which when you went through the other course, which was configuring a Windows 2008 configuring environment, part 1, part 2, and part 3, you would have found out that we can take like our sysvol and change it over to DFSR, which makes it so it's more resilient, easier to troubleshoot, and so forth. Then managing shares, which really hasn't changed, but we do have some new utilities and new ways of actually working with our shares. And then managing printers. So the course prerequisites, you should have solid foundation of understanding of Microsoft Server operating systems and common internet technologies. And also, you should have taken Windows Server 2008 configuration part 1, part 2, and part 3, and also network infrastructure part 1. And then you'll be ready to go. So the different topics that we're going to be covering within this course include the configuring network access translation, which with a NAT server, what we're doing is we're just redirecting traffic to a certain server. Configuring wireless networks, we'll also be talking about. Connecting to remote networks, configuring the Windows Firewall. We'll be looking at network access protection. We'll describe it, show you how easy it is to implement, and how powerful it is throughout our environment. Also, understanding Windows Server Update Services, WSUS, using Windows Server Update Services, monitoring event logs, because the new event viewer is totally cool. We have the ability of creating subscriptions to our events, be able to trigger things based on different events, and so forth. Monitoring performance and reliability. Using a network monitor, managing file security, sharing folders, backing up, restoring files, managing printers. So when we look at the curriculum path, Microsoft Windows Server 2008 configuring a network infrastructure part 1 and part 2. You're now in part 2. This will give you what you need to help pass the exam, 70-642. You still have to have some real world experience. You still need to go through test prep, but this will help you along your way of getting yourself certified. Counts towards the Microsoft Certified IT Professional Enterprise Administrator. Counts towards the Microsoft Certified IT Professional Server Administrator certification. Also, there's 2 MC Professional certifications here. So there's lab exercises which can be downloaded by clicking on the paperclip link. Make sure you download these and configure your virtual environments so that you can go through and be able to do your practice in the labs, get the real world, and help you with your testing also. If you have any questions or comments, you can always put them in the Gogo box. Let's get started.